Hello friends, today we are going to learn and talk about how to prepare a sensory box for your child on autism. What are the benefits of having a sensory box and what are the reasons why we need to carry a sensory box or prepare a sensory box and how we can use it. What are the materials which are required to prepare a sensory box. I am Dr. Himani Narula, a developmental behavioral pediatrician, co-founder and director at Continua Kids, and we will learn today what is the importance of having or preparing a sensory box for our child on autism spectrum disorder. So sensory box is prepared which can provide our child with opportunities to explore and learn through their hands through tactile play. Tactile means through touch and play to engage them in various senses. These boxes can encourage and support our child with various activities through their development. Now, sometimes our child can be sensorily overstimulated, so we can have some objects in the box which can help and calm down our child. For a child who is lethargic or is under-responsive, we can have some of the objects which can stimulate their senses and help them focus better. In some children, they can have certain sensory seeking. So these boxes can have objects which provide that sensory stimulation and help them cope up in different situations and be calm in those settings. A sensory box can contain some objects like some smooth wooden objects like a wooden doll or a toy which can roll around, or a wooden mirror, or they can have some plastic objects which do not have sharp edges or pointed edges. Then there can be some smooth objects which are smooth to touch, or some rough textures material such as a hosiery or a soft toy, or over which the child can run their fingers and hand. They can have soft texture material like a fluffy toy or a baby blanket. Again, you can make the child touch those objects and feel and get a tactile touch. Then there can be some prickly objects where the object can have some spikes on it like a seashell or a nail brush. These materials can be added. Then there can be some beaded necklace where there can be some small wooden beads where the child can again touch them and feel the texture. There can be some spinning objects. If the child likes to look at spinning objects and is very restless, then you can use that spinning object to calm them down. Then there can be certain objects like an elastic band which can be pulled or twisted, or a clay dough which the child can use with their hand, a ping pong soft ball which the child can squeeze with their hand, and there can be different kinds of brushes, a soft brush or a loofah which can be rubbed on the skin to expose them to different textures. There can be some different multicolored torch lights, or there can be some homemade stuff like pastas or beans or rajmas which can be mixed together. There can be rice can be colored in different forms and mixed together, and then you can put it in a small bottle and then just flip it across. It will create a sound and it will look also differently. You can have some glittery objects added to it when you are making that sensory toy for your child. So you can create your own sensory kit at home and use these different objects in the sensory box according to the need of your child, and carry it wherever you are traveling sometimes to calm your child down or to help them with their sensory needs. A very important safety precaution to keep in mind when you are introducing your child to a sensory box is that an adult has to be present when the child is doing all the sensory activities to prevent choking hazard. And secondly, the objects should not have pointed or spiky edges or sharp edges to cause an injury. make sure these precautions are taken. Now, what is the benefit of having or creating a sensory box? Sensory box will give your child the opportunity for sensory exploration. It will improve their fine motor skills. It will increase their ability to socialize with peer or when they engage with another child using those sensory equipments. It will help them with their cognitive development. It will help them with their language development, because when you're playing with them, you are using language, you are labeling the toys, you are labeling the textures, and that adds to their receptive language skills and their vocabulary. And of all, it also helps them to calm down. So all these are the benefits for which we must have a sensory box prepared for our child on autism spectrum. Thank you.